I wanted to commit suicide. I wanted to take my own life there and then. I knocked on the door of a church. He looked at his watch. Sorry, mate, we're closed now. Really? And I'm emotional. And I'm absolutely ready just to throw my hand. Maybe Jesus is the one, the Lord. Because there's nothing else. I'm Christian by birth. Yes. So at the end of this discussion, he sent me away, and then I was in depression. I was looking at the night sky, and I was crying in the sky, crying about the sky, crying about the astronomy, crying about myself because of the pitiful nature of the fact that I didn't know where I was and who I was. Then I got on Monday morning and knocked on the door of the church. I said, that's it. I'm ready. Who is God? Who am I? What's my purpose? Have you ever thought about doing a theology degree? I've waited 3 days. I don't want to wait anymore. Tell me, who is God? He said to me, I can't help you. I hightailed it, ready to commit suicide. No point. What's the point of having life without a purpose? The tree has a purpose. Why don't I have the purpose? The star has a purpose. The earth has a purpose. Every living human thing and every non-human thing, every mineral has a purpose. Why don't I find it? Why can't I find a purpose? Then I met a girl. I have a purpose. I finally have a purpose. Yo, that feels good, man. Love. So I find the purpose. The girl is there and I'm with her. One day she says to me, tomorrow, leave me. I said, what? Are you joking? Do you usually say this to people that you love and they love you? She says to me, it's my religion. The day after she kicked me out and I wasn't allowed to go to her house, I went to the Islamic Society and I knocked on the door, and this brother with a khutra, Saudi dress. I said, excuse me, mate. I've got a problem with my girlfriend. He looked at me. He says, you will have a problem, mate. She's not good for you, and you're not good for her. I said, you are at it again. She's doing the same. She's saying love, but she doesn't want to see me. You're saying leave her. She's bad for you. What is going on? What's wrong with your religion, man? Are you crazy? He said, wait 1 minute. He went to the back. You know what they do? Read these. I read the books. I read every one. Something happened inside me. And then I remembered the girl. I would read every book to get the girl. This love is greater than all of the things created. So I will read the books. So I kept reading the books. I kept meeting them in the Islamic Society. I learned how to pray. Read Al-Fatiha. Read the opening verses of the Quran, the 7 jeweled verses of the Quran. This is like Christian faith. What's all this about? There's not much difference, really. One day, I discovered that it was the month of Ramadan. And the month of Ramadan is, of course, when the Quran was revealed to who? Muhammad ibn Abdullah. Peace and blessings be upon him. And that is why the girl left me. She left me for the sake of Allah. I'm persuaded and coerced to read the Quran when I had been studying mankind and every ism and schism under the sun for the last 10 years. In the month of Ramadan, when Allah sent the Quran, He sent the message to my heart through something I loved incredibly. Allah had put that person there for me so that I would read the Quran. 2 days later, because it was the month of Ramadan, they kept telling me, you know how to get closer to God? So I'm thinking, yes, get closer to God, I can marry the girl. That's it. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. What can I do? Fast. Fast the whole day. From the morning to the sunset. I woke up. I didn't have my breakfast. And I started to fast. And I went to the mosque in Balam. Balam Masjid. Does anyone know Balam? The gateway to the south. So I went into the mosque. And I saw myself. I reflected upon myself. I had no food. I had no lunch to have. I had no breakfast. And all I had was me and whatever had created me. Between me and that was no barrier. That's the way it felt. It felt like, I'm telling you, it felt like somebody had removed the blindfold. Somebody had taken, stop. So anyway, this last thing happened to me whilst I was fasting. It was like emancipation. But the thing is, right at the last bit, right, when I was, after the fast, I broke the fast, and I went home, the guys were clubbing, and they were telling me, come do this thing. I had to make a decision. Either I'm going to go clubbing, then go back to the masjid. So at the end of it all, I chose the masjid. I went to the masjid, I took shahada. 300 men hugged me. I have never been hugged by even my father. My mother used to tell me, your father didn't hug you. I didn't hug you that much. I'd never been hugged by a man. I thought, what the hell is this, man? I mean, 300 guys. I left. I knocked on the door of the girl. I said, I want to apologize to you. But the thing is, the most important thing was that I found the goal, I found the truth, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all to be upon that truth. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God, the Almighty, allow all of us to find the truth. May Allah bless all the brothers and sisters who've made this conference possible. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of these incredible people that have turned up at this conference. And may Allah allow us to see a time when we normalize Islamic principles in the West. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.